All right, day 68. It's supposed to be chest and shoulders, but I tweaked the right chest a little bit on the last chest day. So, not bad. Like not serious, but definitely feel it. So, I don't want to. If you pulled something, depending on the severity of it, right, that should dictate whether or not you just totally back the fuck off, or, if you just start doing some lighter stuff, right? So for me, it's not as though every pec movement is going to bother it. It's only like more so like heavy pressing. So even though it's not in a ideal condition, I still want to work it as much as I can without, re-injuring it. So for chest, I'll probably just do a variety of flies. Honestly, yeah, probably just a variety of flies. Maybe a little bit of pressing if it doesn't hurt. But worst thing you could do is hurt yourself more. That's completely counterintuitive. So I'll just get some chest activation. It won't be like a crazy stimulating lift, but better than nothing. I'd rather do, as much as I can rather than just totally nothing, right? And then for shoulders, same thing that I always do, just a ton of face pulls and or like bent over rear delt flies. And then for side delts, it's going to be just like 11 sets of lateral raises. Maybe I'll throw in a few varieties. Like, I love the dumbbells the most, just standing dumbbell lateral raises. Cables, like cable one arm is fine. The machine lateral raise, that's fine. So, it's whatever. You can't really, like, even though you can change up the movements, it's all going to be the same feeling for side delts. You're just going from here to here. So, whatever way you like to do the most, just get a good burn. So I'm going to finish drinking this pre, and then we can get in there. So, I'm not going to try to push it in terms of weight, just as I don't want to re-fuck it up. But, I'll go as heavy as I can without doing any more damage. So really, I think I'm just going to be sitting here for the majority of this chest lift. I'll probably just do at least 4 sets, just bent over presses. Really focus on squeezing them together at the bottom. So this isn't so much of an injury as more so like a minor setback. But if you do ever get like a serious kind of deal, like some kind of knee surgery, you break your foot or something, do not just skip the gym, right? I do not feel that is going to be a good way to maintain your progress and, to heal as well as possible. In my mind, like when I had my, I had to get a knee surgery, not from like a tendon tear or anything. It was just like a kind of weird one-off thing. There's like there may as well have been like a foreign body on the inside of my knee, just from like wear and tear. But whatever. They go in, they take it out. So no legs for me for like months. What am I going to do? Sit at home and just rot? No, I go to the gym, do upper body. Right? Just do as much as you can do. And that's going to maintain your metabolism. You're just going to be a more efficient machine. You're probably going to heal faster as well. Just sitting at home, skipping the gym just because you got a fucking like some minor injury. That's just being lazy. So definitely a relatively light weight for these flies. Last thing I want to do is, rip my shit again. But I'll turn it into a good set by focusing on squeezing a lot, kind of going slow, rather than just bouncing a bunch of weight around. Not my most intense chest day, but honestly, feeling fucking pumped to hell. If you ever do these little cable presses, I'd recommend holding them like sideways rather than parallel. You just feel to feel your chest more. Manage not to pull the pec any further, at least not that I can notice. And I definitely feel pumped to hell. So let's see how it looks. Holy crap. I can only see a peek out of the fucking cutoff, but I already know it's good. Come on. All right. Whew. Oh, shit. Look at that. You don't even have to bench 405 to get a gnarly chest pump. Can you believe it? Whew. Nice. So that just kind of goes to prove my logic, right? Because I always say, or at least I usually just try to attribute the pump to the lighter squeezing sets towards the end of the workout, right? So I didn't do anything where, any of the first few sets, what am I saying? I didn't do any sets where the weight was seriously heavy. And yet, just from doing those light squeezing movements, relatively light, I still got a diabolical pump. Like this is as good as it gets. So let's get some shoulders going. So I just sat on the pec deck and did 11 sets of the reverse flies. I didn't really want to change it up, and it felt like a good squeeze. So 11 sets of side delts. I'll just start off with some cable lateral raises. Not necessarily because I love this movement, but just to change it up. I never start with it. So the cable lateral raise and like the machine, they're fine. I always end up feeling it in my traps too much. Like, good pump. I mean, I can feel the squeeze, but they just don't compare to standard dumbbell. So I'm just gonna bust out 7 more sets of these. Probably, I don't know, maybe 35, 40 pounds, 15 reps-ish. That should be a fucking crazy pump. So shoulders were just as fucking simple as chest. I pretty much, well, side delts, I did a few, but like rear delts is just one lift. Side delts may as well have just been side lateral raises. And needless to say, there's a pretty freaky pump caused by it. Oh my goodness. Whew. Oh. So no point overcomplicating it. One thing, I don't do front delt work either, just because if you do a lot of incline pressing, which you should be, because I can almost guarantee your upper chest is lacking, then you're going to hit your front delts enough doing, incline bench and whatever else. So overdeveloped front delts are going to make you walk around like this. You're going to be all hunched over like a fool. So I've only been doing side and rear for years. So I'm going to finish up some calves and then we can get some car talk going. So, not necessarily my most intense workout, considering, for me, shoulders is more so just about, like, getting a burning feeling. Like, I'm never exhausted out of breath after a set of, like, lateral raises or face pulls or the reverse pec deck. That's more so just really trying to squeeze, feel like a really good burn. And usually I'd go hard as fuck on chest, right? Load up a lot of weight, throw it around, but a little bit tweaked. So went light, still got a fucking sweet pump, blood flowing. That's gonna be good for fucking recovering too. Like, just being sedentary. Let's say you have like some sort of muscular damage. Let's say you pulled your hamstring or I mean, yeah, like I've referenced this before. Pretty much right around Christmas, I was doing laying hamstring curls, full stack. I may not have warmed up all the way. That may have been the culprit. It was the first time I'd used this particular hamstring curl, so maybe it just hit me at a different angle. But whatever. Doing the set, 5 reps go by good, 10 reps go by. The 15th rep, right kind of in the lower portion outside. I'm not an anatomy major, but big ass pull. Like, I was limping. Like, hamstrings that day was done. There was no more hamstrings to be hit on that leg day. I was limping out. And, even though my hamstring was fucked up, of course I still did my, my seated bike cardio, because that's not going to activate the hamstring, but it's still moving it around and gets some blood flowing. And then once it was strong enough to move a little bit of weight, I was doing a few, probably 2 weeks of like just light hamstring workouts. So literally only maybe a few pins on the stack for single leg stuff. And I swear that's going to improve your recovery. Now, like, if you rip a tendon off or something, you got to get a surgery. But if it's just a minor thing, let it rest. But once it reaches a level where you can move it around and add a little bit of load, I would definitely recommend trying to be as active as possible. I was saying the same shit earlier, especially when you're injured too. Like, don't just sit back and rest. Try your best to work around it without re-injuring yourself. So I ran out of dextrose. That's why I didn't have the shake last night. But back again, 50 grams dextrose, 50 grams protein, post-workout. I'll explain after I finish it. Oh, yeah. It is unsettlingly sweet. It's like my go-to phrase to describe that. Oh, God. So, in terms of your supplementation, call it creatine, vitamins, your diet, your sleep regimen, one sort of slept-on factor is taking dextrose post-workout, right? I'm sure everyone's heard of like powerlifters eating candy while they're working out, or something along those lines, right? For energy, whatever, whatever. But in terms of improving your muscular recovery post-workout, obviously you're going to want to eat something. You're going to want to eat some sort of carb and some protein that is just going to, be fast digesting, and start the recovery process on your muscles, which you just, like ripped down to shit and inflamed and pumped up. So if you want the simplest carb possible, right, you're not going to fucking get a whole wheat sub from Subway. You're going to want some sort of sugar, right? Now, you can't just drink like a juice or just eat a bunch of candy. Well, you can, but it won't be ideal because that's not the simplest form of sugar, right? That's going to be, typically like a fructose or a sucrose, and those are like multiple carb molecules combined. You're going to have to break them down in a few extra steps before, you can actually spike your blood sugar. Now, the simplest carb that you can get your hands on is going to be dextrose. Dextrose is just one carbohydrate molecule. I think somebody called it a monosaccharide, if you want to sound all professional and scientific. But what that's going to do is as soon as you take down 50 grams of that stuff, it's instantly going to spike your blood sugar, which is going to spike your insulin, which is going to trigger an insulin spike, which is going to tell all your muscles to just start absorbing these carbs, right? And the more glucose that you got floating around your muscles, the more energy they're going to have, and then guess what? The more energy you've got floating around, the more you'll be able to spend on recovering. So, basic gist, 50 grams of dextrose, maybe 25 to 50, depending on if you're dieting, post-workout will improve your results over the long term. Now, is it going to be insanely drastic? Who's to say? But it definitely will be better than any other post-workout meal scenario. So, I said this, I hinted at this before. What's in the jug? You guys love asking about what's in the jug, even though it's the same shit every video. It's Tang. It may as well just be like orange Kool-Aid, right? It's just an orange sugary drink, powder. Why do I drink it? Does it have special properties? No. I just like it. For whatever reason, I just enjoy it. I think I had it as a kid, so it kind of has some nostalgia factor for me. But I haven't got tired of it yet, so I'm gonna keep on drinking it. There's no BCAAs in the intra workout drink either. I think that's a sham. You're not gonna get any bigger if you got BCAAs floating around, right? There may be some argument to be had about EAAs. That'd be essential amino acids, right? So the difference between the two is like the branch chain amino acids is I don't even remember, leucine, tyrosine. I don't know. There's a fucking bunch of different amino acids which make up protein, and EAAs. If you ever look up that supplement, that's a complete protein, right? If you were to take in 5 grams of that, you're going to break down all 5 grams and utilize it properly. Now, the BCAAs, it's not a complete protein. It's just like a few different specific amino acids. And as long as you had, a protein shake or, you ate some sort of meat pre-workout, you're going to have enough amino acids floating around anyway. So I think that the BCAAs are something to be left off of your supplement shopping list, right? Just get your creatine, your pre-workout, which consists of some sort of, or not some sort of, it should definitely have at least a few grams of citrulline, maybe citrulline malate, same kind of thing, L-arginine, and caffeine. As far as I can tell, all the other ingredients are just for show. It's like, whatever. So your pre-workout, your creatine, take your multivitamin, one a day. It's going to be good for you. Make sure you've got all your deficiencies handled. And, try to sleep good. And you should be all right. Whoa. So let's see. What else is going on? Yeah, shit, not much. I mean, back in the normal gym. I got back tomorrow. That should be a pretty damn good lift. Got cardio first in the morning. 30 minutes, man. All I do is sit on my phone and play Clash Royale. I have a fucking blast. It's not that hard. I will admit it. I can see why it may be a little bit daunting. Just because it does kind of become a time commitment, right? If you drive however long to the gym in the morning. So I can understand why you wouldn't want to do it. But I'm telling you, it's going to improve your results. If you're dieting, obviously it's going to let you burn more calories throughout the day, so it'll be easier to lose fat. And then if you're bulking, you're going to burn more calories, so you're going to have a better metabolism, better digestion, and you're not going to get so fat when you're eating in a surplus. So cardio year-round. Ideally, non-negotiable. So I'm going to go home, eat my fucking... Actually, I might get some kind of takeout food. I don't know. It's not that late. Whatever. I got like 2,000 calories left to eat. And then I'm going to bed. So, I'll see you next time.